All right, Kansas and Western fans, it's time for update number 7 of the construction of the Kansas and Western Railroad. We'll do a full room update today. It's been a good couple of weeks. It's taken me quite a while to achieve this next milestone, which is what I was going to do, is just shoot videos every milestone I reached, but now they're going to start taking a little longer, so I think I'm going to do updates every couple of weeks or so. We'll see how it goes. But first of all, on the right hand, I've gotten the helix done up to the middle level. And you can see how it stacks on top, one over the other, for a pretty steady grade. It looks like a mess for anybody that doesn't understand what a helix is. It's just a way for trains to climb the next level because they can't climb stairs. There are other ways. There's elevators, there's cartridges, but I've managed to figure out how to do a helix, so this is what I have. But as you can see, it comes from the now hidden part of the staging level under there. You could see that before, now you can't. But it's still able to be reached. I can get under there with no problem. If there's a derailment or some kind of other issue, I can clean track. It's not a big deal. But it comes up to here, and this is where the double track helix is going to become a single track. The outer track will split off on the middle level as it does here. I've got some road bed just temporarily placed so I can do a test run. And I'm going to start doing operation videos separately in a different series. That way, if there's any screw ups, I can start over without having to do all this chit chat. Plus, there's a lot less talking with the operation videos, so if you're sick of hearing my voice, you can just watch those. Anyway, you can see the outer track splits off to the middle level. It'll go around the room and then come back down for this other helix. This will just be from staging to the middle level, single track, so I can do continuous running from staging to the middle level. Otherwise, this inner track here is going to keep going on and on and around, probably, I'm guessing, at least 5 more turns until it reaches pretty much the top of these 2x4s. And the reason I didn't do just a tabletop helix is because these upper level 2x4s, the tops of those are going to support a tabletop on the top so that I can do some operations and track laying at the very top of the helix instead of just letting the helix be a helix. I'm going to actually use the top of it. Anyway, moving along, I finally have my first bit of display bench work, is what I'm calling the upper levels, so that you can actually see what's going on. You can see these structure kits I have arranged here. This section here is going to be Holly, Colorado, which those familiar with Highway 50, it's basically the first Colorado town on the west side of the Kansas state line. So there's a pretty prominent grain elevator right in the middle of town. I'm going to try to reproduce it to the best of my ability. So I have these 3 kits set out to kind of show what I'm going to be building. And that's the other reason that I'm not just doing all the bench work first, because I like to do the structures as well. It starts to add some character instead of just a bunch of wood and foam and track. We start to have some 3D representations of a railroad. Anyway, moving on, this is all I've got for the middle level, just this first piece. I wanted to make sure I got this transition right from the helix to this middle level, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, so that worked out. I'll be adding this next chunk here around the corner, but as you can see, moving around, this is the part that I've had for a while. The difference being is I finally have all my tortoises, my switch machines. They're all in place. They're not actually installed, but I have them all where they're going to be going. Moving around here, and then we have the west helix. I do have all this track laid. Electrically, it's not hooked up yet. Haven't tested it yet, but all the track is in place. And I have, again, all the tortoises where they're going to be, so I can set those up for operations. And then again here, next helix, I'll be starting construction on this probably next week. Kind of excited to get this one done because it's not going to be as big as this one or as hard, because it's only going to be a single track. And then once it's done to that middle level, it's done. It will also have these taller legs in the middle, because on top of this helix will be the El Dorado refinery. So I want to be able to use all that space. And then something I've added to my plan that wasn't there in the beginning, I'm going to be adding a shelf piece of bench work. All these tools won't be here. It's going to cut in front of this electrical box and then cut in front of this window. Both of those areas are going to be removable for obvious reasons, but I'm going to do a shelf all the way down this wall to that corner, And buried right here in front of the window will be the Union Tank Car Company industry that's over in El Dorado, where they have a lot of tank cars where they refurbish them, paint them, rework them, whatever else they do there. Anyway, that's my update for today. I got quite a bit done. Very happy with the progress. Check back here in a couple weeks and we'll see what else has been done. Thanks for watching.